I think we'll start at 3:05, so we can wait 2 more minutes. Meanwhile, if anyone wants to join, he can. Okay, so maybe we can start. Is my screen visible? Okay. So, let me start the video by introducing myself. I am Malika Slanisar, and I am a TA for this course, Kinematics of Mechanisms and Machines. And today we are in the week 5 of the course, and I'll be discussing some sample problems which would help you to solve the weekly assignments. Okay, so yeah, so this is the first question. Okay, okay, let me first summarize what we have done in the week. So can you, I think only one student has joined for now. So Okay, so Guru, can you tell me what you have done during the week? You can unmute yourself and tell me what you have studied. Um, okay, so basically in this week, mostly the focus on was on basically the velocity analysis and the using the method of instantaneous center of rotation. So basically at start, the idea of instantaneous center of rotation was given. After that, uh, how to do the velocity analysis. Okay, after doing the displacement analysis, how to do the velocity analysis using the concept of ICs. Uh, okay, in velocity analysis, I studied geometric and instantaneous center method to find out velocity analysis. Okay, that is fine. So, have you attempted the weekly assignment or not? Okay, not yet. Okay, no problem. Then maybe we can solve some problems which would give you a but even though there were many, I think many problems were discussed in the lectures also. So you would be able, I hope you would be able to solve what we are doing right now, okay, in the class. So it would be better if you unmute yourself and answer, because see, that way it becomes a more interactive thing, and uh, it becomes interesting for me also. Otherwise, I'm just saying and there is not any response coming from your side. So it's better if you unmute yourself. Okay. Uh, so the question given here is that uh, find the xy coordinate of the instantaneous center I3 for the mechanism shown below. So below is given a mechanism which has the its lengths OA equal to 150 mm, BD 250 mm, OD is 75 mm, and AC is 300 mm. So basically some of the link lengths have been provided. Theta 2 has been provided to us, and even theta 4 has been provided to us. So what we have been asked is that we need to figure out the xy coordinates of the uh, instantaneous center of I13. Okay, so what we will do, you must have studied about the Kennedy's theorem. So can you tell me what that theorem states? Can you tell me what that theorem states? Okay, the theorem is basically that if we have a body and it has its instantaneous center at G1, and another body which has its instantaneous center at G2, so the relative IC between these two bodies, that has to be lie, like all these three have to lie in the on the same line, they have to be collinear. Okay. So now you know that in order to solve such problems where we have to find the coordinates of the IC, we can do it in a way that we are making the circle diagram. Then we find out using the circle diagram. Okay, so here you know that in this question, this is my I12, right? This is my I14. This is my, since this is link 3, so it is my I23, and this one is link 4, and this is link 3, so this is I34 or 43, right? So these four centers, this one is I14. Okay, so let me number write the number of links, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so after that I know I12, so let me connect these lines. Then I also know I23, right? I14 is also known to me, and I34 is also known to me. Okay, now what I have been asked is I13, which is not known to me here, and I need to find that. Okay, so let me change the color of my pen. uh, so basically this is what I need to find out. Now, using Kennedy's theorem, we know that in order to find I13, we know that I13 must lie on the line connecting the I12 and I23. So basically I12 is here and I23 is here. So the instantaneous center I13 must lie somewhere on this line. So I'm extending this line. Okay, this is one way. Now also we know that the instantaneous center I13 must also lie on the line connecting I14 and I43. So I14 and I43 is here. So you can clearly see that the connection point is here. Okay, we did not need to extend this. So this is my connection point here. So let me call it as P. Okay. Now we have this point P and we need to find the coordinates of the point. Okay. So let me draw this at a bigger scale. Okay, yeah, so this is my point P, this is my point O, this is my point P, this is my point O, and this is point D, right? And this here is theta 2, and this here is theta 4. Okay, theta 2 and theta 4 both are given to me. So and what else is known to me? OA, OD is known to me. This length is 75 mm. This is known to me. Then AC is known to me. And what I need to figure out is, okay, so now I13 is the coordinates of this point. So basically I need to find out OP. Okay, if I can find out OP, then I can use basically this theta 2 is known to me. Theta 2 is given as 15 degree. So if I find out the length OP, then I can use OP cos theta and OP sin theta to find the x and y coordinates of the point P, which is basically asked in the question. Now what we can use here to find OP, in this triangle we can apply the sine rule. Okay, so we can write it as OP upon sine of this angle, right? So let me call it as sine of angle PDO, right? OP upon sine of PDO is equal to, OD is known to me, so let me write it as OD upon sine of uh, OPD. Okay, angle OPD. Okay, this should be clear till here. Now from here OP can be written as OD. Okay, that is known. Sine of angle PDO. So PDO is, I think, yeah, sine of angle PDO. So how can we find this angle? We know that it will be, this angle will be 180 minus theta 2 minus 180 minus theta 4. Okay, so we can write it as simply sine of 180 minus theta 4, and we know that sine of 180 minus theta 4 is basically sine of theta 4. So it will be OD into sine of theta 4 upon sine of OPD and this angle here. Now in triangle, if this is theta 4, 180 minus theta 4, this is 15, we can simply show that this angle will be equal to theta 4 minus 15 degree. Okay, clear till here? Now we have found this length OP, right? Now what we need, we simply know OP cos theta will be the x coordinate and OP sin theta will be the y coordinate. So quickly find out and tell me what you're getting. What is OP cos theta and what is OP sin theta? Please give me one moment, okay? I have to attend something urgent. So sorry. Have you gotten the answer? What is the x coordinate and y coordinate? X coordinate of OP? Yeah, x coordinate is 68.32 mm and y coordinate is 18.31 mm. Okay, which is basically OP cos of 15 degree, and this is OP sine of 15 degree. Okay, I think this was pretty straightforward. Now maybe we can go to the next question. So the next question is an extension of the same problem. Okay, so here what we have been asked is that this whole mechanism is same. This angle alpha has been given to us as 18.19 degree. Okay, and what we have been asked is that this omega 2. Okay, so omega 2 has been given as 10 radians per second, and we need to find the velocity of point C. Okay, so VC has to be found. So can you tell me how we will do it? Anyone? Can someone tell me what approach should we use to do it? You have gone through the week's lectures, right? So yeah, but how? Like how should you get, what will be the, how will you represent VC? You know that this is the, you know the locations of the IC. Okay, let me write them once again. It's I12, it's I23, it's I14, it's I13, and this here is I, um, this is I13, right? And this is, wait a minute, this one here is I13, I14, and this is I43, right? Yeah, somebody has put something in chat box. Uh, yeah, so okay, using the instantaneous center, you can write the equation of the point C, right? So, uh, so how will you write it? Like, what will be VC equal to? You have to express it in terms of omega and the distance between the instantaneous center and the point C. So basically, VC I13C into omega 3. Uh, yeah, you can do basically, you can write it that way. So you know that VC can be written as omega of this link, which is omega 3, and the distance, if you means the distance from C to 1 IC13, if that you have written, then it's correct. So we need to find out omega 3 cross basically this R. I will write it as RCP because I have noted this point as P, so it will be RCP. Okay, so that is how you find out the VC. Now RCP can be found out with the help of geometry, but how do we find this omega 3? So in order to find omega 3, you can focus here that there is this uh, common point A which you can use, right? This A point A belongs to the link 3 as well as the link 2. So the velocity of point A can be expressed in such a manner that basically you can write out the velocity of A into omega 2 and the distance between the IC of these two links, and as in terms of omega 3 as well. Okay, so we will do it in that way only. So VA will be equal to omega 2, and this I12 is here, and this point A is here, so you will write this distance RAO, okay, basically this link length, and it will also be equal to omega 2 cross. Now the here you will use the distance between I13 and A, so that is basically the radius or the distance between A and point P, so it will be RAP. Oh, sorry, this is omega 3, not omega 2. So is this clear to you, how we got this thing? Yeah. So now here omega 2 has been given in question only. RAO needs to be found out, RAP needs to be found out, right? So yeah, first we need to express this. From here we will get omega 3. So how do we find RAO? How will we find this RAO? In the previous question, what we found out, no, RAO is not already given. RAO is the basically the position vector. The length OA is given, I guess. Length OA is given. Uh, so RAO, you can maybe find in that way also. If length OA is given and this theta is given, so you can find the x and y coordinates. So can you tell me what you are getting? The x and y coordinates of RAO, OA cos 15 and OA sin 15, right? So find this out. RAO is equal to OA cos 15, yeah, plus OA sin 15 degree. I will use the I and j cap to denote this. So what is this coming out to be? 144 point, yeah, that is correct. So it is 144.89 I cap plus this one here is 38.82 j cap. Now RAO we have found out, right? Now we need to find RAP. So if you look closely, RAO has been found, ROP is already known to you. So now you need to find out RAP. So we can write it as RAP is equal to RAO minus RPO, right? The relative distance between any points is how you express it. So RAO is known to you, and RPO you have gotten it in the previous question, right? RPO we found out. So using RPO values, the coordinates from the previous question, okay, so x of point P, which is basically the distance between point O and point P, it was coming out to be what? Can you tell me? Just have to. So okay, it's coming out to be we found it out just now, yeah, 68.38 mm, and y coordinate of point P is coming out to be 18.32 mm, right? Now these are the coordinates of point P and the coordinates of point A are given. Can you quickly calculate this and tell me what you are getting? You just have to subtract these. 76. Okay, let me check if that is correct. 76.51 and 20.5. Is that what you're getting? Uh, yeah. So this is 76.51 I cap minus 20.5 J cap, right? This is your this distance. Now we know that okay, so basically both omega 2 and omega 3, okay, here they will be both basically whenever we denote the omega in a plane, the direction will be in the k cap. So you can now use this equation. Now you have all the vectors and you can use this equation in order to find omega 3. So let me do it here. So it was va is equal to omega 2 cross, okay, let me write it as with the help of basically let me write the unit vectors along it. Okay, where is my pen? Okay, so you can write it as omega 2 k cap cross, what was the vector? So the vector is basically RAO. So RAO is basically 144.89 I cap, okay, cross 144.89 I cap plus 38.82 J cap, 38.82 J cap, okay, this, and omega 2 is also given. So omega 2 is I think 50, no 10. So let me put that value also. So we can substitute the value of omega 2 here as 10, okay. This, then we have okay, is equal to omega 3 k cap crossed with this vector 76.51 I cap, 76.51 I cap, okay, I think this is plus here, right? Plus 20.51 J cap. Now it's just a straightforward cross multiplication and you will get the values, okay. So you can basically k cross I is k cross I will be j, so it will be 76.53 omega 3 j, and you can multiply and basically substitute these terms. So you quickly do it and tell me what you're getting. Okay, so omega 3 is coming out to be 18.9226. Okay, that is correct. So from here we find out omega 3 equal to be 18.9229 k cap. Now what needs to be found? Ultimately we have to find this here, okay. So now we need to find our CP, okay. So how can we find our CP? Okay, OP is given. Let me basically draw this here in next page, okay. So I think alpha is also given to us. So yeah, this angle alpha is given and the length AB is given or not? Okay, AB is not given but AC is given to us, and yeah, so what we can do is here, let me draw this triangle. This is A, this is B, and this is C, right? And this angle here is alpha. Okay, so what we can do here is in order to find our okay, our CP we have to find, right? This distance we have to find. So this will be if we find out AC, the cos component of AC and the sine component of AC, that will be RCA. And if RCA can be found out, then okay, RCA needs not to be found out. RCO, we need to find RCO, and from there we can find, okay, so basically let's break it down here. So we need to find RCP. So RCP can be found out as, if we find RCO, then we subtract from it RPO. Okay, so RCO can be found out, uh, RCO can be found out. Okay, I think I have done something incorrectly here in the solution. So you can try it on your own also if you find out geometrically. Let me also solve it right now, and I can check it again. So basically you can find out RCP because omega 3 is found out. Now we need to find RCP, right? So in order to find RCP, we can write it as RCO minus RPO. So if you figure it out, you can do it now. Otherwise, let me check once. Okay, so see, look here what we can do. Um, Let me show in this picture only. I said that RCP, we need to figure out RCP, right? So RCP can be written as RCO minus RPO. Now RPO is known to us, right? RPO we have already found out. This is here RPO, right? So RPO is found out. Now we need to find RCO. Okay. So RCO can also be written as what? If we take this path, so RCO can be written as ROA plus RAC, right? ROA plus RAC, right? Now RAO is already figured out by us. So ROA we have found out. We need to find out RAC. Okay. So in order to find out RAC, what we will do? We will use this triangle to find out RAC. Now how we do that? RAC is basically this. And we know that in this linkage, if this is theta 2, this is theta 4, this here it will be theta 3, right? So I am writing let me write this more clearly so that you understand. Okay, where is the pen? Yeah, let me, sorry, let me draw. Okay, yeah. So let me draw it here. This is A, this is alpha which is given to us, and this here will be basically theta 3, right? Now if we find out this theta 3 here, we can basically find out this whole angle CA, let me call it x, okay, CAX. Then we can use the cos, basically we can write the AC uh, cos of this whole angle is equal to the sine component, and AC into cos of this will be the basically the the x coordinate. So we will find out the RAC. So how do we find out this tan this theta 3 here? Can anyone tell me how do we find out this theta 3? I think you have previously also done it. So theta 3 can be found out as we had that formula for the 4R mechanism, that tan theta 3 is equal to L4 sine theta 4 minus L2 sine theta 2 upon L1 plus L4 cos theta 4 and minus L2 cos theta 2. Okay, this is the formula which we used earlier. So you can also derive it again, but I am just simply writing it. Otherwise, using geometry, you can derive it again. So we do not need to do that here. So if you want to memorize it, you can memorize it. That's your choice. Otherwise, you can do it here from scratch also. So I'm writing this tan theta 3 here in order to find out this theta. So can you we all we know the values of L4, theta 4, theta 2 and L1 and L2, okay, that have been given in the question. So we can substitute and find out the value of tan theta 3. Can you do it and tell me what you're getting? The value. Can you do it and tell me? Put the values of L1, L2 and L4 from the question. Theta 4 and theta 2 are also given. So L1 is basically this length here, right? This is L1, which is equal to OD. Then L2 will be equal to OA. Okay, this is length 2. It is given, the numbering is given, so it will be L2. Then L4 is what? BD, right? BD, this is L4. This length is also given. BD is given as 250 mm. Theta 2 is given as 15 degree and theta 4 is given as 109.85 degree. So it should be simple. Are you doing it? Did anyone get it? So it is 250 sine of 109. Okay. 250 sine of 109.85 minus L2 is 150 sine of 15 degree upon L1 is um, 75 plus L4 cos theta 4, so L4 cos of theta 4 minus L2 cos of theta 2. So this is basically equal to tan theta 3. Okay, 20 minus 27.98. Oh, I guess it's not correct. Minus 27 shouldn't be the answer. So you must be making some mistake if you'll check it again. Theta 3 is coming out to be 128.25 degree. Okay, this is the correct answer. Now, okay, minus 51.75. No, it shouldn't be because it's 128 degree. So, uh, I think you're making some mistake. Now, since we have found out this, we can find out this whole angle CAX. So it is alpha plus theta 3. Okay, let me insert another slide here. It's uh, okay. Uh, so now we have found out theta 3. So this angle CAX will be equal to alpha plus theta 3. Alpha is given as what? It is given as 18.19 degree plus this we found out 128.25. So it is coming out to be 146.44. Okay. And this I have already calculated. Now we need to find out basically RAC, right? And RAC is what? AC cos of this angle CAX I cap plus AC sine of this angle CAX, and it will be J cap. So the length AC is given in the question, right? Length AC is 300. So it will be 300 cos of 146.44 plus 300 sine of 146.44. Can you calculate this and tell me what is this coming out to be? This is, sorry, I cap and J cap will remain. What is this coming out to be? So okay, you do it, but it is coming out to be minus 250 I cap plus 165.8 J cap. Okay, so this is our RAC. Now our ultimate goal was to find out RCO, and RCO is ROA plus RAC. Now you have ROA, right? ROA is here. Okay, I have accidentally deleted some of things here. This is RAO and that is RAC. Can you subtract them and find out what you are getting? Not subtract, you basically have to add them. RCO is ROA or RAO, same thing. I have just written it in reverse order. ROA plus RAC. So RCO will be R AC plus RAO, okay, or OA. So what is this coming out to be? Okay. Can you tell me what it is coming out to be quickly? Okay, minus 105, yeah, minus 105.11 I cap and plus 200 3.82, that is okay, minus 204.62 J cap, okay. So I'll use them. So this is also fine. Now you have gotten RCO, right? So RCO you have gotten, you have RPO, so you can find RCP. So RCP will be RCO minus RPO, right? From this relation here. Now calculate this and tell me what is RCP coming out to be. Have you calculated it? So when you do it, it will come out to be minus 173.5 I cap and 186.3 J cap, okay. So this is yeah, you are getting it as minus, why are you getting, oh this is CO, it should be something like this, OP minus OC. No, you have to write RCP as RCO minus PO. So you have done it in reverse order. So you can maybe switch the signs. Okay, so this is the answer. Now we can write VC as omega 3 K cap crossed with RCP. Now omega 3 we already figured out what that was. So omega 3 was coming out to be 18.92 K cap, okay. So it will be 18.92 K cap crossed multiplied with minus 173.5 I plus 186.3 J cap. So do it and tell me what you're getting. K cross I will be, so it will be minus of something J and then minus of something I. So if you calculate it, this term will form a J cap term, so it will be minus 3284.35 J cap and this k cross j will give you uh, k cross j will give you minus I, so it will be minus 3526.65 I cap. Okay, so this is the final answer. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now we can so for this was a question basically on a 4R mechanism. So as you have studied also that we did the velocity analysis in the geometric way for the 4R, then for 3R 1P mechanism. So this is basically the application of that how we find the instantaneous center, and after that how we relate the velocities of different links via the instantaneous center of rotation. So now for 4R that is done, and we can similarly now try to do it for this here, which is a 3R 1P mechanism. Okay, so what is the question asking us? The find the x and y coordinates of the I13 of the mechanism. Okay, so I13 has to be figured out. So we have been given the lengths OC. Okay, so okay, the length OC has been given to us, OA has been given to us, and AB is also known to us. Okay, so this whole length is known to us. Now what we need to find is, we need to find I13. So this is I12, right? This is I12. This is I23. So this is I34, right? Now here you can see that I14 will be here somewhere along the at infinity. Okay, so now we need to find out I13. Again we'll do the same procedure. We will write the number of links 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I12 is known, I23 is known, I34 is known, I14 is also known. It's at infinity but it's known. So now if we need to find out I13, how will we find it out? So basically again I12 is here, I23 is here, so it should be somewhere along this line, right? I have extended it. Now I14 and I34, it should also lie on the same line with I14. It should be basically collinear with I14 and I13. So I34, sorry. So the I14 will be somewhere here and I34 is here. So this will be the line. So basically they intersect at this. So it will be our I13, right? Let me call this point as P. Okay. Now what we need to do is we simply need to find the coordinates of this point P, or basically if we find the length, okay, the length of OP, then we can write that as the basically in the form of the coordinates. So can you give it a try to figure out how should we find out I13? Give it a try, then we can discuss the solution also. I think there is some information missing here. No, it's fine. Okay, so this angle 30 degree has been given here, so you have this one clue that this angle here also will be 30 degree. Okay, so yeah, from here you can then find out the coordinates of the point P. If you know the length OP, then OP cos 30 degree, will be the x coordinate, and OP sine 30 degree will be the y coordinate of the uh, point P. So how do we find it? You cannot apply sine law. uh, where you cannot apply sine law? So basically, let me draw this triangle here for you. So this is point P, right? This is point O, and this is point A. Now here, sorry, this is a perpendicular here, okay? Right, and this is point C. Now you can connect this point like this. This is also 90, right? So this, let me draw it. Okay, so this angle is 30 degree that has been given to you, right? And what is given here? Length OC is given here, okay, this is 125. Then length, okay, AB is not given, but OA is given. OA is given as 75 here, right? Now what we can do is that here you can apply sine law, right? So let us see in this triangle, okay, this triangle OAC, you can write OC upon sine of angle OAC is equal to OA, or AC we can write AC upon, wait a minute, what happened? Okay, sorry for that. So OC upon sine of angle OAC can be written as AC, okay. uh, AC or yeah, AC we can find out sine of angle uh, AOC, right? So this relation you can use to find out basically OC. See, then how you can write OP? OP can be simply written as AP, this whole length, minus AO. AO you already know. So OP can be written as AP minus AO. AO has been given, and AP you need to figure out. Okay. So from here, what we can do is we can calculate basically AC. Then we know that this AC is basically AP's cos component. Why? Because see, this here is perpendicular. So if we find out this angle here, okay, let me call this as alpha. So you can write AP cos alpha is equal to AC. So we can find out AC from here, uh, and put it in here, this equation, okay, to find out the angle AOC. Okay, so let us first find out, then we need to first find out AC. So how can we find out AC? AC can be simply written as basically this AC can be found out as we used to find it. Okay, how you say CP is perpendicular? See, this slider mechanism, we have already found out that in this condition, this slider is moving like this, and the IC will be perpendicular, because when we used to find out this I14, this line was this perpendicular line was basically perpendicular to the motion of the slider. So if the slider is moving along AB, then that I14, it will be perpendicular to that. So that is why that line we have extended. So this whole line is perpendicular to this AB. Okay. So that is why CP is perpendicular. Okay, somebody has gotten pinned here. Okay. So now we can first find out AC. Okay. So AC is equal to AC we can find out using two rules, either the cos rule in this triangle, this small triangle, because OC is known, AO is known, and this angle is known. So this angle here also known. So we can write as AC equal to AC square. Uh, Let me write it like this. So AC is equal to under root of L1 square plus L2 square minus 2 L1 L2 cos theta 2. Okay, so this relation you have already studied in the previous lectures. There was another term which is E, but E in this case is 0 because the slider is has reached to the hinge point itself, so the E length has become 0. Otherwise there would be a term with E also. Now if we try to find out AC using these relations, what is the link length L1? L1 is basically nothing but this OC, right? L1 is OC, so it will be 125 square. Then we have L2. L2 is basically L2 will be this OA length here, right? This is L1, this is L2. So L2 will be OA, and OA is 75 mm, so it will be 75 square. Then plus 2, sorry, it will be minus here. Okay, minus 2 L1 L2, and then cos of theta 2. So now you need to find out this cos theta 2. So what will be the value of this here? This is 30, so this is basically 150, right? So it will be cos of 150 degree. Can you tell me the value of AC? What is the value of AC coming out to be? Okay, 193.62 mm, right? So this is AC. Now going back to this relation, sine of AC is now known. Okay, sine of angle OAC. Okay, OAC. Uh, is it OAC or AOC? Sine of angle OAC and sine of AOC. Yeah, okay, this is correct. So this one here is known now, right? Sine of angle AOC is 150. So it will be sine of 150 degree. AC is known, OC is 75. So we will find this angle. So this alpha we will find out from here, which is sine of angle OAC. So let me write it here. It will be sine of angle A OAC OAC is equal to AC upon sine of angle OAC, which is sine of 150 degree, and this OC will also be in denominator, so it will be 1 upon 75. So from here you will get the value of sine of angle OAC. So can you tell me what sine of angle OAC is coming out to be? Basically the angle OAC. Has anyone buddy gotten it? 11.16 degree. No, it shouldn't be 11.16 degree. It should be coming out to be 18.83 degree. Can you cross check it once? 18.83 degree is the correct answer. So now we have found out, basically this is the angle OAC. Okay, angle OAC is coming out to be 18.83 degree. Now what we actually needed to find is here OP. So OP is AP minus AO, right? So AO is known. Now as I said that AP cos of this angle will be equal to this AC, right? So let me write it here. AP cos of angle OAC, right? So AP, this length, cos of angle OAC will be equal to AP, right? Wait a second. AP cos of this angle will be AC, right? Yeah. So AP into cos of this angle will be equal to AC. So what we can write is AP is equal to AC upon cos of angle OAC. Okay. So this angle, now AC is known, cos of angle OAC is known, and you can directly put it here, and AO is also known. So it implies OP is equal to AC upon cos of angle OAC and minus OA, right? So here you can put the value of AC, which is 193.62, cos of angle cos of 18.83 degree, and minus OA, which is 75. Yeah, AC upon 125 into sine 50. 18. Okay, this was the previous one. So calculate OP and tell me what is the value of OP you're getting. Now since we need to find the coordinates, we know that once we have OP length, we can simply write OP cos 30 degree and OP sine 30 degree. So give me the value of OP first. 129.57, yeah. So now you can write xp as op cos of 30, but consider the negative signs also, because 30 is in the negative direction. If you measure in the positive direction, that will be 360 minus 30. So take op cos of minus 30 and op sine of minus 30 and tell me what you're getting. So op is coming out to be 129.57 mm. Now xp is op cos of minus 30 degree and yp is op sine of uh, minus 30 degree. So somebody raised his hand or what? Okay. So what is these values coming out to be? This thing is also obvious because the x component has to be positive and the y component has to be negative for the given configuration. So okay, 112.21 and 60, yeah, that is correct. So this is 112.21 mm and this I'm getting is minus 64.78 mm. Okay, so is this question clear? Now what we can do in the next question is that, simply as we did in the previous mechanism for the 4R, we first found out the coordinates of the instantaneous center, and after finding out we related the angular velocities. So here also in the next question the configuration is same. Now you have found out the location of IC, right? Where it lies somewhere here. Okay, so this is your IC, right? Yeah. Now what we have been asked is that in this mechanism, now you have figured out the I13. If the configuration is driven at omega 2 equal to 50 radians, so this omega 2 has been given as 50 radians per second. Find the angular velocity of link force. So omega 2 has been given and you have been asked omega 4, right? So how will you do this question? Now the coordinates of point P are known, so how will you find this question now? You have to do it in the similar manner for the as we did in the previous question. Okay, so maybe you can give it a try. Then we have how many questions left? Come on, tell me, how will you do it? Again, you can consider point A, right? Because point A can be related using omega 2 and this omega 3, right? Then you can write omega 2 into ROA, right? ROA into omega 2 will be equal to omega 3 into RAP. Okay, if I call this point P. So because this is basically I13, the instantaneous center of 1 with respect to 3. So this point, this length RAP into omega 3 will be equal to RAO into omega 2 O2. Okay, so VA has to be same. So it will be omega 3 cross RAP, which is equal to omega 2 cross ROA, right? Yeah. So now try to do this question, okay, because again, like we did in the previous question, I'll not solve it. The procedure is again the same. You have to find out RAP, this ROA and RAP. So since we have found out RPO, okay, so RPO is known, we can write RAP as what? RAP can be written as RAO minus RPO, right? RAP can be written as RAO minus RPO. Okay, so here we can find it out. Now RAO, how you will find RAO? RAO is not known, but you know, it can be written as OA into cos of this angle. This is 30 degrees. So OA into cos 30 and OA into sin 30 can be found out. Tell me what is ROA coming out to be. Omega 2. Okay, you have written the equation. Yeah, this is how we will relate it. Okay, you can relate it that way also. But see, in this case, omega 3 and omega 4 will be basically same. So if I find out omega 3, I can directly equate it to omega 4. That is why I am writing it this way. So you can, if try it in any other way at home. If the answer is coming the same, it that is fine. So first we try to do this. So here omega 2 is given, okay, 50 k cap, and omega 3 will be simply omega 3 k cap. Now first tell me what RAO is coming out to be. RAO is AO, okay, AO sine of angle AOC j cap plus OA cos of angle AOC I cap, right? So angle AOC is given, okay, that is 150, 180 minus this 30, which is 150 degree, okay. So tell me what this RAO is coming out to be. Angle AOC, right? It is 150 degree. Anybody got the answer? So when you do it, okay, if you put the value AO, which is already 75, which is known, and put the value of this, it is coming out to be minus 64.95 I cap plus, okay, let me check, 37.5 J cap, okay. This is what RAO is coming out to be, right? Now RAO you have found out. RPO you know from here, right? RPO was here. This is RPO. RPO is nothing but 112.21 I cap minus 64.78 J cap. This is RPO. Now RPO is known, RAO is known, so you can find RAP, right? So tell me what RAP is coming out to be. quickly do it and tell me what RAP is coming out to be. Are you doing it? Anybody got the answer? So our AP is simply RAO minus RPO. So when you do this, it is coming out to be 107 minus of 177.6 I cap 16 I cap plus 102.28 J cap. Okay, so this is RAP. Now, okay, you are making some mistake. Your value is coming out to be less. It's RAO minus RPO. Okay, so don't do it in the opposite direction. So RAO minus ROP. So it will be minus 64 point something minus this 112. Okay. So this is coming out to be RAP. Now what we have here, we know omega 2 cross ROA right is equal to omega 3 cross RAP. So we can put it in this equation. So omega 3 K cap crossed with what is RAP? RAP we have here minus 177.16 I cap plus 102.28 J cap, okay, is equal to omega 2, which is known is it is 50 K cap crossed with RAO. So RAO we have found out here 40 69 64.95 and 37.5. So 64.95 minus it was there and it was plus 38.5, right? No, 37.5. 37.5 K cap. Now what you can do is you will cross multiply them, K cross I and K cross J, and you will get two components. K cross I will be J component from this term, then you will get K cross J, so minus of I component from multiplication of this, and you can equate on the components on the right side. So quickly do it. Okay, it is simple maths, and tell me what you're getting. What is the value of omega 3 coming out to be? Okay. What is the value of omega 3 coming out to be? 17.1. No, it is coming out to be 18.33. Okay, close enough. So omega is coming out to be from this equation. Okay, omega is coming out to be this. Therefore, omega 3 can be written as 18.33 k cap, and omega 3 here is equal to omega 4. Okay. Uh, so we have our answer. Is it clear till here? There are still 4 questions, right? So what we can do is okay, try this question out. Okay, I want you to do it because we have done similar questions. So the question is that we have to find the x and y coordinates of the instantaneous center of this mechanism. I13. Yeah, so try it out. This is link 3, so let me simplify things for you. This will be I23. This here will be I34. Now since slider is moving here, and so the I13 will be somewhere along here. Okay, sorry, I14. Okay, 1 and 4. I14. So it will be at infinity along any of this line. Now here also what will happen, this slider is moving here, so perpendicular to this direction on this line there will lie I, basically I12, right? So now you can find out I13. Tell me, it is simple, try to do it and tell me what you're getting. If somebody gets it, please tell me. Okay, one. Okay, okay. This is what are these the coordinates, or this is the length PV? This should be the length PV, right? So now you have to find the coordinates also. So can you explain how you did it? Where should the point P lie? See, again using the Arnold Kennedy's theorem, we know that I14 and I34 are along this line. So I13 is somewhere in this line, and I12 and I23 are on this line, so it is somewhere along this line. So basically we could already see it that point P is here. Now we need to find this point P. So you can see that here is my point P. This is perpendicular here. Okay, like this is 30 degrees, so this whole angle will be equal to 30 plus 90 degree, right? This 30 degree plus this 90 degree, so it will be equal to 120 degrees. So let me write just like that only. So it will be 120 degree, and this here is given as 45, right? So this angle will be also 45, right? So this is point A, this is point B. Now what lengths have been given? AB has been given. So AB is 0.4 meter, right? So here this angle can also be figured out quite easily. It is what it is equal to 180 minus 165, right? So that is equal to what, 35 or 25, right? So this will be 25 degree. So now we can apply, we have to basically find the length PB, right? So that then we can break the length PB into its coordinates to find out the x and y coordinate of this point. So PB, now what we can do is we can apply the sine law here. So 0.4, which is basically AB upon sine of 25 degree, is equal to PB upon sine of 45 degree, right? From here you can calculate PB equal to 0.4 into sine 45 degree upon sine 25 degree. Now I have calculated it. It is coming out to be 1.09 mm. Okay, which was your answer also. Now you can clearly see we have to get the coordinates. So as I said that this here is a perpendicular, right? So if this point is along this line, it means its x component is 0, and we only have a y component which is minus of this length. So therefore x coordinate will be 0, y coordinate of this point P will be minus of 1.09 mm. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, this was very simple. Okay, now in this same question, okay, as we did it in this same question, we have to figure out the velocity, angular velocity of link 3, right? We have to find out the angular velocity of link 3. Given the angular velocity of VB, so angular velocity of point V, basically linear velocity of point B is given as 50, and you have to find out the angular velocity of link 3. So you have to find out the angular velocity of this link. Angle APB should be 15. Okay, 165. Yeah, it should be 15, sorry. So here I have written it wrong. Otherwise it's The calculation I have done using 15 only, so here I have written it incorrectly. That is fine. So, uh, okay, so so what I was saying is that now here you know the velocity of point B and you have to find the uh, angular or the omega 3 you have to find out. So I think since we have less time, I'll give it to you as a homework because just as we did in the previous questions, here also you have already found out the PB. Now it should be easy for you to relate the velocities, right? So maybe we can move to the next question. Or if you want to give it a try right now, you can give. It's up to you, whatever you want. Okay. Okay, just quickly do it only because you can simply relate these velocities. So how should we do it? How should we do it? We can simply write VB equal to omega of link 3 cross R of BP, right? That is what we will write, R of BP or R of PB we can write because we have to do it in the basically it should be the distance of the instantaneous center with respect to the fixed point or the point which you are looking. So it should be omega 3 into RPB. Now VB is given to you, okay. So you can write it as 50 I cap or minus 50 I cap, and omega 3 is in basically K cap. Now RPB you need to figure out. So RPB, how would you find out RPB? RPB is simply, you know, it is basically what you found here. It is minus I minus 1.09 J cap, right? So RPB is equal to minus 1.09 J cap, omega 3 is equal to omega 3 K cap, and VB is equal to 50 minus 50 I cap basically. So put these values and find the value of omega quickly. Wait a minute. Omega 3, okay, then it should be RPP only. Velocity of B is equal to omega of B with respect to P into omega of 3. Yes. So here if RPB is minus 1.09 J, so you will write RBP as 1.09 J cap. So okay, this is simple. You should be getting it by now. Omega 3 is coming out to be 50 upon 1.09 K cap, which is equal to 45.87 K cap. Okay, so now we can maybe move to the next question. The last question I'll give you to as homework, then we can discuss in next class if you're not getting it. This will be the last question which you are doing. So in this mechanism, points A, B and D are already given that they are collinear. Okay, so if omega 2 is given, find omega 4. So omega 2 is given and we have to find omega 4. So this is I12, this is I23, this is I34, and this is I14. Okay, so here already I12, I23 and I14 are given as collinear points. So how will you find I23? Basically, I12 is here, I23 is here, I14 is here. Now if you want to find out omega 4, we need to figure out I24. In this configuration, I24 is simple to find, so we will find out I24. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So okay, I12 is given, I23 is given, I34 is given, and then I14 is also given. Now what we need to figure out is uh, basically I24. Okay, so in order to find I24, I know that it should lie on the line with I14 and 1 I12. So I14 is here, I12 is here, so it should lie along this line only, right? That we know. Now also it should lie on the same line with I23 and I34. So I23 and I34 is here, so basically it is coinciding with I23. So it is I23 here and I24 is also here, right? Now how we can relate them? We can write omega 4 cross this length basically, which is r between the point basically rdb, which is the distance between the point D and the instantaneous center 2 4. So it will be let me write it as rbd. It should be equal to omega 2 cross. Now from omega 2 it should be rad, right? Is it correct? It should be rad from okay rab and omega 4 rbd. Okay, sorry, if I am writing for here for point 2, I can say it should be omega 4, the omega of link 4 cross rbd, the distance between them. Then for here it should be omega 2 crossed with this distance, okay, the distance between point A and B. So it will be rab, right? Yes, rab, and it should be r yeah, omega of ra with respect to b, it should be then here omega of d with respect to b. Okay, you have to just take care of the signs, otherwise also it was okay. You can write rbd, then here you have to write rba, and if you write rab, then here you can write r the fixed point is okay db. Okay, so now omega 2 is 25k cap, rab is I guess given to you. Yeah, ab is 7 I cap. Then rdb, now this whole length ad is 12. Okay, so this is 12 and this length is given as 7, so this length will be equal to 5. Okay, so you can write it as 5 db, yeah, 5 I cap. Here you can write it as rab as 7 I cap, omega 2 as 25k cap. Now you can find out omega 4. Can you tell me? And mind that this dB you are taking in the backward direction, so it will come with a minus sign. And RAB is in this direction, so it will be 7 I cap. And omega 2 is Okay, omega 2 is 25k. It should be basically negative of 25k because it is shown, yeah, it is shown clockwise rotation. We know that anti-clockwise rotation is positive, but clockwise it is negative. So omega 2 will also be taken as minus 25. Now you can find, once you put the values, take care of the signs also, then you can find out. So from here, what is the value of omega 4 coming out to be? 35. So is it positive? 35k, okay, 35k cap. So uh, this question you can take a screenshot and take it as a homework. Okay, this is a simple question only, but we can discuss in the next class because already to the time is already up. So if you have a doubt in this question, we can discuss it in next class. Otherwise, you can take it as a homework. Okay. So now I hope these questions are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask right now. We have still some 4-5 minutes remaining. Otherwise, then we can meet in the next session. So anybody has to ask anything? Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah. Does anyone have any doubt? Otherwise, then we can end the session. Okay. So take the have you taken the screenshot of the last question which I showed? Okay, then I'll maybe share my screen once more. You take a screenshot. Otherwise, I will post the slides also, but take the screenshot and do. I will ask in the next class that if you have done it or not. Okay. Now, if you have taken the photograph or noted it down, we can discuss it in the next class. Right, like this is a homework for you. If you have doubts, then we can discuss. Otherwise, I'll ask if you have done it. If you are getting the answer, I'll ask the answer what you are getting. If that is matching, then it's fine. So should I end the session for today? If there is no question, then I'll end the session. Okay, then I think there is no doubt. I'll end the session for everyone. So okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.